So come to DRL or DQL. So in this data query language or data retrieval language, so there are only one command we have it here. So that is what we call as the selector operation. And basically the select command, okay, so why sir, why we want means, so whenever you want to retry, okay, whenever you want to retry uh, all rows data from a table, okay, from a table at a time, okay, or else a specific row information also we can do that. So we try a specific row data from a table, and when you want to go for the specific row data, compulsory we should use a where class condition. This is common statement for every specific record. When you want to update, when you want to delete, and when you want to select a compulsory where condition, we should be use it. Okay, now so now here the syntax will be like this, guys. Here the syntax is select and start. Okay, from here I need to pass here table name. Okay, and the where class condition we need to send here the where condition for whenever you want to go for a specific row updation purpose. Okay, for specific row selections purpose, we have to use it. And here, what it is star means. Okay, so here we know the star is nothing but all columns, guys. The star is nothing but all columns in table. So in table, how many number of columns are there? The table, all columns will be represented with the star. So when I'm using star, it representing all columns of your table. Okay. Now come to your database now. For example, I have a one table, guys, here. So this is our one EMP1 working table I was taken now. In this working table, okay, we have total 14 rows we have it here. So here, can you see when I'm using star from EMP? So select the star from EMP means in EMP table, how many number of columns data was there? That each and every column data is going to be displayed. So in the same to same, whenever you want to call, select the star from DEPT, then the complete department table information will be displayed like this. Okay, so department number, name, and LOC. So this is what we call the star. Suppose if you know the column names, okay, so then you can mention DEPT number, D name, and LOC from DEPT table. Okay, even though the same thing will be displayed here. So instead of you want to writing the three columns names, so simply I'm using what now? Star. Okay, so this is what. In the same to same, the different way you can go to get your data. For example, in this table, okay, this is complete table information. So whenever you want it complete table, then you can use select star from EM. Suppose you need a specific okay, rows we need it, select star from EMP. Suppose where job is equals to who are working as a manager in this table. So job column is there here. So in this job column, so who was working as a manager? So the manager's information will be we are displaying. Okay, manager's information will be we are displaying. So like this, suppose you wanted a particular person. Okay, so now if you want to like the EMP number is equals to 7788, then that specific person information we are fetching from your table. This is what we call EMP number 7788. Okay, so like this, suppose you need a okay specific column, suppose EMP number and E name, comma salary. Suppose you need it from this table. Only that particular three columns data only I can see it. Okay, now suppose this particular column. Okay, I want to see now like EMP number, E name, and salary department number from EMP, where department number is equals to 10. So the particular 10th department people, so their salaries, their name, and their EMP number. So like this select command you can use in different ways, okay, to fetching or pulling of your data. So whenever you want to pull the data from a table, so different mechanisms as per your requirement basis, the different way you can use or try to get your SQL select query. Okay, now so these are all the select command through how we can return the data yes or no. So the different manner, so specific column, specific row, entire table, yes or no, particular specific job or departments. So like this, okay, different way you can use your select the statement to write here. Okay, now so select the start from the APT. So these are some examples. Okay, right. Okay. So these are select command to how the data is going to be fetching from your table. Okay. Now. So up to here, three language commands we discussed guys here. Okay, DQL, it is over, and previously we are using. Okay, now. Okay, now. And the next one is what now? So if you want to go for, okay, so the next language is the TCL language commands in the next language. Right. And now up to three languages commands, how it was working, we discussed guys here. Okay, next one is what now? Transaction control language and a DCL language. Okay, now, so these are two language commands we have it here. And the TCL language commands and DCL language commands. Okay, I will show you after a few topics we covered and a few topics we completed. Then later I will go for TCL and DCL. Okay, now. So this is if I'm telling now, so you will be a little bit confusing now. So because still we are working on the basics. Okay, basic queries we are discussing. So now we will see some more operations. Okay, some more topics we will be covering now in this SQL part. And after covering those topics later, I started here TCL and DCL. Okay, no? So that's why I stop it here, these languages. And first DDL, DML, DQL, very often we are using as here. So those three languages through, now we will do, so we will go to do it some operations first of all. Okay, no? And after TCL and DCL, we will go for that. Okay, right. So come to in the same the next general operations if you want to come back here with the select the query statement. Okay. So this is select a statement we said. And with the help of the select statement, we can do some kind of operations. What is that means? In that one of the operations called as a alias names. Okay. So some general topics are there. These are we will discuss now. So basically alias names. When it will be useful for us and where I want to use alias names and what exactly alias. Okay, now. So when you come guys here, generally in the future concepts, when you're working with the most important concepts like joins. Okay, so like we are working with the subqueries. Okay, so like we are working with some user defined. Okay, whenever you want to user defined statements. Okay, if you want to write user defined statements in body, yes or no. So in that way, okay, your aliases are very helping us. Okay, so for example, joins is there. In joins, what it was happened, the few joins are there. When I want to fulfill those joins implementation compulsory, we should require aliases. That means what you say, without alias name. Okay, without alias name. So that particular join we cannot implement it. Okay, so they're compulsory. We should require aliases. Second one is what now, subqueries. That is also very important topic. Okay, in coming we can see that. So in subqueries also, few subqueries are there. If those subqueries, if I need to implement, definitely there also we require some aliases. Like in some user defined statements in your query result, if you want to pass some user defined statements in your query result, so there also aliases we can go to create it. Okay. In such a cases, aliases can be used. Okay, right. For example, so generally this is the purpose of that. But what is alias means? Here alias is nothing but simply we can say, guys, here it is a one of temporary name we call. Okay, so it is a temporary name. Okay, now so that is what we call it. So temporary name, simply we can say aliases. Otherwise, even though we can say alternative name also we can say alternate name. Okay, temporary or alternate name. But these temporary names and alternative names, why we want to create it? Okay, why we want to create means, so that I said some user defined statements. If you want to write user defined statements in query results, okay, in place of operational statement, I'm writing some user friendly messages. Okay, I want to display, so there I can use. In joins I can use, in subqueries I can use it. Okay, now so, and these aliases, okay, when you want to create some temporary name or alternative name, I can creating on two levels. I can create as one is we called as a column level. Okay, and one more thing is called as a table level. So in two levels, your alias names can be created, column and the table level. Okay, now, but what is column and what is table level means? Simply we can say in the name only then. Okay, column level means okay, in column level, column level. So alias names are created, okay, on columns. Okay, this is what. And in table level, so aliases or alias names are created on table name. So these are what now? So column and the table aliases. And this aliases, whenever you want to create, so the command is, I'm using here the syntax formula. So select, okay, so column name 1, column alias name 1, okay, comma, like you can give it column name 2 and pass your column alias name 2, okay, comma, and so on. Okay, from table name, I want to pass your table alias name. Okay. So this is the syntax of your aliases column level, how to create, and table level. So here, this is column name means it's your original column name. So that means on which name are you design your table? Okay, so that is your original column name. And on that original name, you need to create one temporary name. You want to create a temporary name. So then we have column name and column alias. Same to same, table name, table alias. Okay, so this is what syntax. And now with the help of these aliases, so now let me see, we are creating, okay, suppose this is your table. When I'm going to call in my table, okay, so one of my table, for example, DEPT. Actually, in my database, how it will be saved means it was saved with the name of DEPT. And it will be saved with the help of a DEPT number, name, and LOC. So your DEPT and DEPT number, DNAME, LOC, these are called as a permanent names. That means when I see the structure of this DEPT, so it will be showing the permanent names, DEPT number, name, and LOC. So these are original names we call, right? And in the same to same, whatever this table it was storing into my tab list. So your DEPT is a original table name. Okay, so these are original table name and original column names. But instead of in those original names, I'm going to create in, okay, so some aliases here. And one more thing is what now? Aliases you're only using for calling purpose. Is only using for calling purpose. So whenever you want to call your name with another name, so there only aliases will be used. Okay, now? For example, aliases simple if you want to understand. Okay, simple example is what now? Your nicknames are there. So nowadays somebody's having nicknames. Nowadays somebody's having nicknames. So generally nicknames, okay, whatever we have it here. So those nicknames, where are you using? Okay, where the people are using your nickname means just for calling purpose. Okay, for example, your mother, father, brother, sisters. So when your family members, so they will be call to you with the nicknames. Maybe that will be love and affection of your family. So they will be calling with a nickname. Okay, now. So in the same platform, suppose your any closest friend is there and the very nearest friends was there. So they also knows your nickname. Then they will call with nickname. So your nickname only for calling, right? But can you tell me guys here, suppose whatever the nicknames are there, those nicknames, can I use in my 10th class certificate? No. Can I use in, if I want to prepare, suppose PAN card, if I want to create a PAN card, can I give a nickname? No. For example, passports, Aadhaar card, PAN card, and if you want to go for to take out your account, banking account statements or account, yes or no? So your 10th class certificates, your plus two, your BTech. Okay, suppose are you applying any particular the government jobs? If you want to apply, definitely you have to fulfill the application, whatever the application is there, the application form. So in that also we are using original names. Okay, so these are all our words means a permanent operations purpose. So permanent operations purpose, what we are using, our original name is using. Yes or no? But nickname is not using in these cases. Nickname is only for calling. Yeah, just a calling purpose we are using. So same how you defining your nickname, how it will be using for us. Same like your aliases also. So you treat like alias is also, it's like a nickname of a column or else nickname of a table. So whenever you want to call a column or table, so there you can go to use this aliases, temporarily column purpose. Same like this. So this is my original object name, the table object name, and the above, the structure, if you see, these are original column names. Okay, now. But now suppose I just go to define like DEPT number. Suppose I'm showing as a X, department name I'm showing as a Y, LOC I'm showing as a Z. From the DEPT table I'm showing D. So what it was happening guys here, now whatever the columns are you fetching from your table, the fetching columns, how it was displaying means, in place of department number, it was displaying as a X, department name as a Y, LOC as a D. From DEPT as a D, internally the D object will be created. Okay, so let you see to execute it now. So can you see your column names are X, Y, Z, it will be showing this. But it doesn't showing your original column names, we didn't show it. So we are showing our data with the duplicate column names or else some temporary names we can call. But are you calling this means it's never change your column guys. Yeah, that's important. So in your original columns are these, but whatever it was showing X, Y, Z, it's just a temporarily whenever you want to use and select a statement to fetching your data. So they are just a temporarily was going to be used. Okay, now. So this is what a temporary names you have to create. Okay. Okay. This is what is simply aliases. Okay. How to create into. Okay, what we can say guys here in your column level and a table level. Okay, now, right? This is just one statement of alias. Okay, now fine. But here, observe. This is your column and the table level alias. This is one small topic, but how this aliases we are using in my queries and joins and subqueries. Definitely in the future you can see it. Okay, now, right. Now, in the next operation, we called as here. The next operation we called as a concatenation operator. So these are some basics we are discussing as here. Concatenation, concatenation operator. So concatenation operator, which is also uh, when it was helping us, concatenation operators means whenever we want to combine, otherwise we want to join, otherwise we want to add the two string expressions. So there we can use a concatenation operator. Okay. So what you say simply, adding two string expression, adding two string expressions. Okay. By using select statement, by using select statement. So when you need to add some, okay, two string expressions, okay, two means not only two, minimum two, more than two or more than two string expressions whenever you want to add together by using of select statement. So there we can use a concatenation operator, and this is your symbol of concatenation. Okay, no? Right. For example, simply if you want to say, come to check out. Suppose I'm going to write in one statement, guys. So simply I'm writing one statement now. So what is my statement here? Let's observe. Suppose I'm passing select. Here our string expression. So welcome. Okay, two is a one, or welcome is a one string. So welcome is a one string. To this string, I want to add. Add means concatenation. I'm going to adding to this string. So what we want to say, another string I'm adding. So another string is called as a to welcome to, okay, Oracle. So welcome to Oracle. This is another string. Okay, now. But if I'm going to directly to show this one by using of two strings expressions, here welcome is a one expression and a concatenation operator, and to Oracle is a one string expression. But when you directly call it here, so it was showing as a from class key not found where expected. So select query compulsory when I'm using select statement, I need to give it. So what is your from class I have to give it. But here from class I'm not using. So that's why it was showing here from class compulsory we should use. But here, okay, I'm using from class. Okay. But here table, actually select star from table. Yes or no? Just now we discussed. Our self query syntax is what now, guys? Here, what is our self query request? Select star from table. This is our request. Okay. But here I just go to return select. Okay. This is if suppose this is enter the select star from table name. So which table I want to give it? So because of reason, which table I want to give it, we don't know, because this is a normal statement. This statement is not belongs to any table. This statement is not belongs to any table. So that's why which table I want to give, I don't know. So, and whenever we don't know the table name and whatever the statements we are using in our select query, and these statements belongs to which table, if you doesn't know, then normally we are using what now? One default predefined table that is called a dual. But what exactly dual? What is dual? How it will be working in coming classes, you can understand. Okay, na? So concepts wise, one by one, I will explain to you. So now here, when I don't know the table name and whatever you are fetching the data or whatever you're fetching the information, this information is not belongs to any table. So when it is not belongs to any table, so there you can use it by default. What is now dual generally we are using this. Okay, so whenever the table representation we don't know, okay, at that time we can use a dual. Okay, so now if I'm using this one, so what it was happening, you can see. So welcome is a one string concatenation to Oracle. So that was completely adding the statement and how it was displayed here. Welcome to Oracle. Okay, so two string expressions we added. In the same to same, these are the general normal statements we written and adding, okay, by the help of some predefined table dual. For example, suppose if I want to come back, this is our table, guys. This is our table. Okay, fine. This is one tabular format we are storing like rows and the columns like we are storing this. Okay. Suppose from this table, some data I want to fetch and display in normal text format. So not a tabular format, a normal text format I want to display. So whenever we want to display a normal text format, then how I can go to right here, select the statement. Here I will take Mr. Okay. So here Mr. is my string. Mr. is my string and single quotes I'm using. Okay. Now Mr. Here to Mr. That means to this Mr. string, I am adding. Concatenation means what? Adding. So careful observe. So Mr. is a string. To this Mr. string, I am adding what I am adding here, e-name column. That means e-name means employee name. So employee name column I'm adding. Okay, now I'm adding employee name column, right? Now to this employee name column, I am adding to this employee. So that means one by one I'm adding. That's the main point. One by one I'm adding. So Mr. To Mr. I'm adding employee name column data. Okay, now to employee name column data, I am adding some space. I'm adding some space. Okay, now to this space, I am adding to this space, I'm adding one more statement like working, is working as a, is working as a. This is one more string. So Mr. is a string. To this string, I am adding concatenation operator, adding ename column data. To this ename column data, I'm adding space. To this space, I am adding is working as a. Okay, now understanding one by one, I'm adding. So is working as a. Okay, to this is working as a, I am adding which column data? Job column data. Which column data? Job column data. Okay, now right. From here, I can't use a dual. Here I can't use a dual. Why, sir? Why, sir, we can't use a dual means? Here the clear picture is there. What is the picture? Here we are using some columns, e-name column and job column we are using. But e-name column, job column, these two columns belongs to, which table, guys, here? EMP table. Yes or no? Come on, guys. Yes or no? Yes. So that's why what I want to do, suppose I'm using dual. Let us see what it was happening. Okay, now I'm using dual. Okay, right. Let us see. Okay, I'm using dual. But what it was showing, guys, here, invalid identifier. Because here not only user defined statements, guys, here not only user defined statement, this user defined statement we are adding to our ename column and job columns. And it's a clear picture to us. These two columns belongs to EMP table. Okay, these two columns belongs to EMP table. So that's why if I'm using dual, it's not accepted. Okay, now. So that's what we want to do, whatever the columns we was taken. Okay. So those columns are you taken from which table? The table name EM. So now you can see to executing now. When I'm executing the 14 employees table data, okay, it was showing as a simplest way. What is now? It's a one text format of data it will be shown. So what it was saying, Mr. Smith is working as a. So here as a clerk. So as a space is not there. Can you see? Here I have to as a after directly I'm adding here, but there is a no space. So that's why a clerk. So some some not good. If you want to see, it's not good. So what I want to do, again, I need to give it some space. So up to here. Okay, fine. Again, I want to give a space to this space. To this space, I'm adding job column and from EMP now. Now it's a clear statement. So what is saying here? Mr. Smith is working as a clerk. Mr. Allen is working as a salesman. Word working as a sales. So like this, each and every employee name and their job, I was displayed with a normal text format of statement. This is not a tabular format. This is just a simple text format way. Okay, the text format way I'm going to display. Okay, so like this concatenation operator, we can use it. Okay, and in your PLSQL also, concatenation operators are very oftenly very used in PLSQL language also. Okay, now whenever you want to adding the minimum two string expressions together, okay, so they're compulsory concatenation. Okay, now right. This is one small what we can say, guys. Concatenation operator working nature. So these are basic levels of operations I'm explaining to you guys here. So today we will be completed this introduction part of Oracle or SQL, whatever it is. Okay, now right. And the next one is the next key is called as a distinct key, guys. Here. Next one is what now? Distinct. So distinct keyword. So basically, distinct keyword. Okay, purpose is what now? Means distinct keyword. What it was telling us, guys, here to eliminate duplicate values, okay, from a specific column. Suppose in a particular column, whatever the duplicate values are there, duplicate means repetition of values, the values which will be repeating number of times in my column. So whenever it was having the values number of times, it is repeated, then what I want to use, guys, here, those repetition of values is nothing but duplicate values I need to eliminate. So whenever you want to eliminate from a particular column, so there you can use a distinct keyword. And this distinct keyword, how to apply this distinct keyword means, so we need to pass here distinct column name. Okay, now right. Suppose, for example, on this, let me come back. Now, suppose this is our table, guys, here. Okay, now in this table, job column is there. But whenever you want to call a specific job column from your EMP table, so job column, okay, here it will be showing all values. That means, but in this all values, can you see clerks are repeated? Okay, how many times clerks are repeated here? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 times repeated. Like a salesmen are repeated here. Can you see salesmen? Salesmen are repeated. And the repeated managers. Okay, managers repeated analyst. Okay, so like some duplicate values are there in this column. So now what I want to do, guys, here, suppose these duplicate values I need to eliminate from my column. So there we can apply, okay, which keyword means distinct, and the column name is job, and from EMP table. Then what it was happening, you can see previously the same column I just calling from my table. So it was showing each and every value in a column, like 14 values are shown here. But when I was applying a distinct on job column, so there is a no repetition of data, only unique data, unique values only showing us. So clerk is showing only one time, salesman, resident, manager, analyst. Okay, only one time for sure. Same thing when I want to go for, if I want to call the number, the EPT number from EMP table. Okay. So now here also in this column, there are multiple duplicate values are there. So 10, 10, 10, 20, 20, 20, 30, 30, 30 like that. Suppose these numbers also, the whatever, okay, we have it here, duplicate values that I need to, okay, eliminate from this DEPT number column. So now I'm using now. So here also we can say 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. So duplicates are avoided here. Okay, but here 10, 20, 30. Suppose this is, if you want to make it a particular order, then we can use order by class. Okay, suppose you can use order by class, but when you use order by class, okay, so that statement. Now I want to display 10, 20, 30. Okay, if you want to display in the sequence order, so we are using order by class. But what is order by class? Okay, it's an extra topic we are going to be discussing. Okay, now, right. So this is a distinct keyword, how it was eliminating your duplicate values in a particular column. Okay, so now, and these are one. And the next one is, guys, here in this SQL part here. Okay, the next very important general operations are called as the properties, and there are two properties we are working as. One is base size property. Okay, so now I'm using base size. Like next one is lines property. So, sir, the space size and lines, why we want to use it, and what is space size, what is lines? Okay, now we can observe. For example, okay, I'm just clear it now. Suppose are you connecting with some name, some username, Scott, Tiger, or any user? Okay, na? So whatever the users are available in your database. Suppose I connected with the some user, Scott user. Later on, what it was happening, guys, here. So just directly I'm connecting, but I'm not doing anything here. Okay, just I'm writing my code. Select a star from DEP I'm writing. So that means after user, okay, in user credentials through, are you connecting to your Oracle database? So directly, suppose you want to see a particular table, then I can use select star from DEP. So this table, when it was displaying the data on your SQL Plus editor, what it was happening, guys, here, I don't want to have any disturbance here. My number of rows, number of columns, very systematically, very structurally, it was displayed. So it's called a table structure. So department numbers is exactly department numbers, department names, LOs. So the data which was organized in a proper systematical way. So when I want to display my table information in such a way, so it's look very simple and anybody can understand my table information. Okay, and it was looking very easy to understand by any user. Okay, so here I don't want to do any adjustments. I don't want to do because of reason. Because of reason, DEPT table is having a small amount of data. Because of reason, DEPT table is having a small amount of data. So when your table is having small data, a small amount of data, then you no need to set any properties in your SQL Plus environment. Okay, I don't want to do any settings here. But every table we can't expect like this, yes or no? Some tables are having very huge amount of data, very large data is there in your table. So when you want to display a large scale data tables, when you want to display a large scale data tables in your SQL Plus editor, what it was happening, sir? Let you see. Suppose I'm typing, select EMP is one table. I want to display this table data on my SQL Plus editor or SQL Plus environment. Let you see, I was done here. Okay. default settings are okay happening here. This is display now. So I close it now. Now I'm going to connecting Scott and Tiger. Okay, now you can see because I am newly connected. Now I'm going to calling, okay, DEPT. Okay, this is normal table. But when I'm calling EMP, what it was happening, you can see it. So now see. Here EMP table, see how it was displaying your EMP table properly. Just identify here. This is my query selector start from EMP. But see your table structure will be splitting now, splitting. Employee number column, name column, job column, MGR, hire date, salary, commission, and department number column will go to next line. After that, some records are displayed here. Some records data displayed here. Again, the table column heading is repeated again. Okay, that means your table is a splitting. Your table structure is going to be splitting. Okay, now again columns are came, again rows are, again columns, again rows are. But guys, here let you go for when you want to display your table information like this. Can you tell me, guys? Here, did you understand anything here? Is it understandable? Is very easy or some little bit confusion? It's a confusion of data. And even though our data is not proper systematically displaying on the screen, yes or no? So number of times my columns are repeated, my row data is not properly displayed, it will go to next lines, next lines, next lines. Okay, so this kind of some clumsy, the data which was displaying in the which format here, clumsy manner. Clumsy means some there is no particular format. So this kind of things is called clumsy. That means confusion. Data is not proper way. Yes, sir. So this kind of problems are we are facing. When we are facing, sir, this kind of problems means, sir, whenever your table is having the large scale data, suppose your table is having 100 rows, 200 rows, 1 lakh rows. So that kind of big table data, if you want to display, so this kind of problems are we are going to be facing now. So this table data, whatever it was displaying here, that I need to display in proper structural and proper systematical manner, then I need to change some settings in this SQL Plus environment. So those settings, how we can do, sir, means with the help of two properties are there. Okay, so with the help of page size and lines properties, I can set my SQL Plus environment whenever you want to display some use amount of data tables. Okay, now here page size, what it was telling, sir, page size means, sir. Okay, so how many rows you want to display in a single page? Okay, it was telling here to display to display number of rows. Okay, number of rows. Okay, in a page. That was telling by page size. So page size property, what it was telling to us means how many number of rows do you want to display in a page? That was telling by page size. And here by default, okay, by default, every page, okay, every page is having the by default every page contain how many rows by default? 14 rows. Okay, so that means each page is having 14 rows. Each page is having 14 rows. So that is a default. Your space size property default value is how much here? 14 rows in a page. By default, every page, okay, is contained 14 rows. But here the problem is what now? Your table is having more than 14 rows. If 14 rows are there, nothing problem. But if it is having more than 14 rows, then what it was happen guys here? So then your table will be splitting. For example, for example, suppose nowadays we are working with what we can say MS Word, MS Excel files, Word files. Okay, some files are, suppose are you creating one MS Word file? Okay, now you can see MS Word file I just created now. And this file I should go to open now. After opening this file, okay, now this is the page. Yes, this is a one page. So now in this page, I'm writing some data. Okay, now. So I'm writing some data. So how much it was going to be fit in the page? Yes. So that much is going to be fitting in the page. Page one. If you want to carefully see. Page one. Okay, now. So page one, how much data I can store in a page one. So that is I just store it here. But suppose my data is more than that page, then what happened? You can see. So I'm writing. Yes, second page is came. So second page is came. In second page again, I'm writing. Again, I'm writing. Yes, third page is came. So guys, here, tell me why it was going to next page here means once your page was full, but still we are inserting some data. That inserted data after page one is full, still we are inserting the data. That inserting data will take to place into next page. So this is page number 1, this is page number 2, and this is page number 3. Like in the same to same what I'm telling here in our SQL Plus editor environment. Suppose this is one page to us. This is one page to us. So in this page, by default, how many rows can be fit means in this only 14 rows can be fit. 14 rows data can display. Okay, can display. Okay, 14 rows for each page. But observe, for example, in your table, there are 30 pages are there, for example. So each page is having 14 rows, but my table is having 30 rows. Then what happened guys here? After 14 rows are, by default 14 rows are fitting in the page one. In the page one, if it was fitting in the page one, okay, then total number of rows is how much guys here? Total number of rows, 30 rows are there in my table, 30 rows in table. But out of 13 rows in a page, how many rows by default display? This is default I'm telling, 14 rows display. Remaining how many rows left guys here? 16 rows are left, right? 16 rows are left. These 16 rows data where it will be displayed in the page number 2. This is page number 2. In page number 2, again how many rows will be fit? Again 14 rows only fit. Again 14 rows only fit. Then 14 minus 16, remaining rows, how many? 2 rows are there. 2 rows are where it will be displayed in the page number 3. Understanding the page number 3, the remaining 2 rows are displaying here. Okay, so because of reason, by default, each page is having only 14 rows. If your table is having more than 14 rows, then after 14 rows is fit in a page 1, then remaining rows will automatically display in the second page. So how this MS Word is used? Understand my point now? Right. So this is I need to change. Okay, this is I need to change. Here I said by default 14 rows I set. But no, sir, if I'm going to By default, each page is having 14 rows means for my 30 rows purpose, how many pages I will occupy here? Page 1, page 2, and page number 3. So that means my 30 rows of data is displayed how many pages? 1 page, 2 page, and 3 pages. Okay, now my 30 rows of data displaying purpose, how many pages it will be used by your server means my server is using 3 pages are used. My server, my Oracle server is using 3 pages are using your Oracle server to display your 30 rows of data, okay, from your table. So here the question is, sir, why I want to go for 30 rows purpose? Why I want to go for 3 pages? Can I display this 30 rows of data in one single page? Tell me guys, what you say? This 30 rows of data, by default, each row is a 14. That means 3 pages are occupied. Your data in 3 pages display. But you are asking question, sir, why sir I want to display my 30 rows of data in 3 pages? Instead of displaying my 30 rows of data in 3 pages, can I show in one page? Can I show in one page? Means what do you say? Displaying 30 rows in one page is better, or displaying 30 rows in 3 pages are better? Which one is better, guys? Three pages better. Huh? So that means you're unnecessarily wasting your memory. Huh? Uday and Adinarayana. So you wanted 3 pages. Huh? Why are you displaying here 3 pages? 30 rows, why are you displaying in 3 pages? One page is better, na? So instead of writing 3 pages, okay, now one page is better for us. See, if 3 pages means your data, what happening? Splitting. 14 rows, one page. 14 rows, another page. Remaining rows, another page. That means what happened? Your table will be splitting. So how it was splitting? Like this. Like this. This is called a table splitting. Splitting means what now? Dividing. See, if this is one page, split out. This is another page, split out. Page number 2, this is another page, splitting. Okay, now tell me, splitting of your table data like in 3 pages, is it good for you? Is it good looking for you? Is understandable for you? No. So why I want to display 3 pages for this? I don't want it. Okay, no, I don't want it. Instead of number of times a repetition of my structure of table, my data will be splitting 3 rows are one page, remaining 3 rows are one page, remaining 3. So why are you doing like this? If you split your data like this, is there any understandable to users? No. So this is what I'm telling you. So now I don't want it, sir, like this. I want to display in one page in proper systematical order. So in that case is what the people will be using page size n. Page size n. Okay, now, so how we want to display means, yes. Now I can go the syntax I'm telling now. The syntax is set page size n. Okay, now set page size n. Now I'm giving now. For example, I want to say example. Suppose programmer will set page size. Okay, set page size. If I'm giving 20, if I'm n is equals to 20, I'm giving now. When I'm giving n is equals to 20, that means now what I'm expecting here, what I'm telling here, in my each page, how many rows can I display? Page size n equals to 20 means in each page, how many rows I'm displaying now? $20 pages I'm displaying. Sorry, 20 rows I'm displaying. Suppose I'm giving here 200, I'm giving now. Then how many rows I'm displaying in a page? 200 rows I'm displaying. In one single page, I'm displaying how many number of rows means 200 rows I can display. Suppose I'm giving 2000. Then how many rows I can display? 2000 rows I can display in one single page. So this is called as a page size. How much are you given there? As per the number, that means as per the n value, that many number of rows are you displaying in a single page of SQL Plus environment. Okay, now this is what. Then what about lines, sir? Okay, what about lines, sir? So your lines you can observe. What about line? Lines means here observe. So each and every line, okay, each and every line, okay, each and every line, let us see. Suppose this is one line, guys. This is one line. This is second line. This is third line. Okay, na? These are the lines. Okay, this is third line. So carefully observe. By default, in our SQL Plus editor, each line will allocate 80 bytes of memory. For each line, how much memory is allocating for each line in your SQL Plus editor environment means 80 bytes of memory allocated. So in this 80 bytes of memory, how many number of characters will be fit? That many fit. For example, in a row data, okay, in a row data, there are 100 characters of data in array. That means 100 characters are there in a one single row. In one single row, for example. So this a single row data, total number of characters, for example, 100 characters. But your by default SQL Plus environment allocating the memory 8 by 80 bytes of memory. Suppose just imagine in this each line 80 bytes of memory allocating, so that in this each line how much or how many characters will be displayed in the each line means, for example, 80 characters are displayed, for example. So but my row data is having not 80 characters, my row data is having 100 characters. But out of 100, 80 characters are displaying in the first line. It was displaying 80 characters in first line. Then remaining how many characters are there, guys? Here 20 characters are. So those remaining 20 characters, where it will be displayed? Come on, guys, where it will be displayed? Next line. Very good, very good. Next line will be displayed. Okay. The next line is also, okay, next line is also 80 bytes of memory. Okay, next line is 80 bytes of memory. But here 100 characters, already 80 characters are displaying in the first line. Remaining 20 line, it will go to, remaining 20 line, it will go to, remaining 20 characters, it will go to next line. Now, first row is completed. Now, first row is completed. Now, second row. Second row is having 100 characters again. This is second row. Row number 2. Again, row number 2, 100 characters of data I want to display. But by default, 80 each line. So in this, 80 characters are displayed. 80 characters are displayed in this line. Okay, now? Now, again, 80 characters are displayed means remaining how many characters left? 20 characters are left. Those 20 characters will be displaying on which one? Next line. Yes or no? Remaining 20, again next line. Again, it will go to next line. In the next line, remaining 20 characters are displayed. And this line purpose also same as it is 80 bytes of memory. This is second row display, like a third row. Third row also same now. So 100 characters. 100 characters is equals to next third row. Again, third row, data displaying purpose. Again, same procedure. Again, in one line, 80 characters. Okay, na? So for your 80 bytes of memory allocation. Okay. Next, remaining 20 characters. Remaining 20 characters. Okay, it will be take 20 characters. And now here also 80 bytes. So now tell me, guys. Okay, na? Now, so here tell me guys here, total how many number of rows I displayed guys here? How many number of rows we displayed here? 3 rows. Actually, 3 rows we are going to display. 3 rows displaying purpose. How many lines it will be displayed? The 3 rows. That means 3 rows data. Careful observe my point. Careful observe. 3 rows data displayed in 6 lines. Point is understanding now. 3 rows data displayed in 6 lines. But tell me guys, is it necessary? Is it necessary? No. So each row can I display into one line? Is it better now? Is it better or not? Yes. Then there we are going to be setting lines property. We are setting. So now this lines property, I'm saying yes, set lines. If I'm giving 100, for example, if I'm giving set lines 100, that means what now? For each line, now how many bytes of memory I'm allocating? 100 bytes of memory. Then your line is increasing. Now size is increase. Your size is increase. Your size is increased because of reason default 80 that I was changed as 100. Then if I was changed as 100 means the remaining 20 characters also displaying here itself now. That means in a single line, how many characters? 100 characters is displayed. Then this line is not necessary to me. Like I'm setting each line 100, then it will be taking 100 bytes. Then here displaying in the single line, 100 characters are displayed. This is not necessary to me. Here also same, we are setting here 100 lines of 100 bytes memory. Okay, now so here not necessary. Here 100 lines, 100 characters will be displayed now. 100 characters are displayed now. So this is not necessary. Now what happened? You can see how much flexible is that. How much flexible is that? So in a row data, there are 100 characters. 100 characters I'm displaying into one single line. One single line I'm going to display. This is better or else first one is better, guys? First one is better or second one is better? Second one is better. That is the reason. Can you see what happened? This is my first row. After 100, that means 80 bytes of memory is going to fit, then your next characters will go to next line. In the row also, this is a row data, 80 bytes of memory fit, the next data will go to next line. Okay, na? So now here, like this, okay? Continue the data, next line. Why are you? See here, these are the 3 rows, guys, actually. These are the 3 rows data. But how many times displayed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. The 3 rows data, it will be showing to us 6 lines of data. 3 rows data, it will be showing us 6 lines of data. But where is your systematic? Understanding or not? So this is one. So this is I need to set it. Why I want to go for next lines? Okay. Then there we can use a what here guys? Set lines here. Okay. Set lines here. Now let you come on. Now these two properties finally I'm setting. Base size, suppose I'm giving 100. Set line, suppose I'm giving 100. Here 100 means 100 bytes of memory. By default 80. Now I'm increasing 100 because 80 means your data will be displayed like this. This is 80. This is 80. Yes or no? But 80 will be displaying like this. Now I want to increase the line memory size. Okay, 100. Now after that, I just select the star from EMP. Now you can see how much clarity, how much systematically, how much understandable format. See how much. This is a row. This is called a row. This is called a row. Okay. So the row is observed how much only one line I was displayed my row, entire row data from starting to ending. Whatever the row is there, that entire row data I'm displaying into one single line. But here, come on here, guys. Here, see 7934 Miller clerk 77. Okay, some hide, some number, and 10. But guys, here, can you see the same thing? 7934 Miller clerk, some hide it, and some value. 10 is going to next line. Okay, now 10 is going to next line. So this 10 purpose, it was going to next line. What is the use of that? So the same 10 I'm displaying in the one single line here. See how much flexible here. Okay, now? Right. So this is the depending on your requirement basis, you can set your end value. Suppose this page size, for example, you can see. Suppose page size. If I'm giving up to 50,000, I'm giving now. Suppose 50,000 I'm giving now to execute this one. Selected. But when I want to set here page size, okay, 50,000, one I'm giving 50,000, one I'm giving my number of rows. I'm telling you, page size means number of rows. 50,000 I was given, successfully happened. There's nothing problem. 50,000 one I was given. What happened? You can see giving error. Giving error. So that means your page size option 5001 out of the range. Out of the range. That means what is your page size maximum number of rows in a page? Come on, guys. $50,000. Okay, now that means 50,000 not one I given the out of the range. The error is showing this. So this is what. Suppose the set lines I'm giving. Set lines I'm giving here 32,767 I'm giving now. 32,767. That means 32,767 bytes of memory I can allocate for each line in my SQL Plus environment. Now I'm giving this one accessing, nothing problem. But the same thing when I'm giving set lines 32,768 I'm giving. 32,768 I'm giving. Suppose what happened, you can see. It's giving error. It's giving error. 32,768 out of the range. That means what you understand, guys, here? In each line, how many number of bytes I can allocate? Allocate means 32,767. So this is the ranges, page size and lines. Okay, now? So with the help of these two properties, I can display my large scale data of table in proper systematical order. So in that cases, these two properties can be used by people. Okay, na? Right. This is one. And later, if you want to clear this complete screen, sir, means you can use a command is a clear screen command. You can use SCR. Suppose you can use SCR. This is clear screen. Okay, now you can enter, and practice, clear screen. And finally, if you want to exit your database, use exit statement, exit. So this is your introduction part of Oracle. Okay, na? Introduction part of Oracle. So whatever I said, this is completely comes under very basic level information we discuss. First time when you have to work on your Oracle database. So these are the basic things. Okay, na? These basic things you should be following. Okay, now, so tomorrow, guys, we will go for one more new topic. We will start it in tomorrow's session. Okay, na? Right, guys. Thank you. Yeah, Praveen, notes will be uploading. Okay. Kuldeep, I already said to you for your question and answer. In coming class, you will be see the life cycle of select statement. I already respond here. Okay, na? Once you check out your chart book, I respond to you. Wait. See, I'm telling you guys here. So step by step, we will learning here. Okay, now I will be follow some pattern wise. I will be following here. Okay, so step by step, your doubts will be clearing. Okay, class wise. Okay, now so that's why don't hurry, line by line, all we will be discuss. Okay, now Kuldeep, your question and answer in coming days, you will get that answer. Okay, now right. Definitely, Krishna. Definitely, we can see that all tables, but that is what now DCL language commands when we started now, at the time, you can see that kind of. See, one thing I will tell you guys here, some students are very enthusiastic and very hurry-burry. So here, one thing I want to give a clarity on today, whatever the topic we discuss on the topic, if you ask your doubts, I can explain to you and you can understand. But advanced doubt, now we are discussing basics. Somebody is asking joint query. Somebody is asking subquery statement question. So I can give it my answer, but you didn't understand. So that's why topic wise, if you ask your doubts and clear it now, definitely it's the same question, whatever you want to ask me, that in the future you can ask that question as per that topic, definitely you will be solved it. Understand? And that's why I'm telling what I'm telling here. Don't hurry, buddy. Okay, now your advanced doubts, whatever it was there, you can ask as per concept wise, you can ask. Okay, now that is a better, I think so, because if you're asking advanced, the topic still we are not discussing. We are not discussing the topic, but you guys are asking unnecessarily the topic question. The topic when you want to ask the topic related topic is started, we started now, then you can ask, I will respond to you. Okay, now so that's what I'm telling you. Even I'm telling what now coming class we can see. Okay, now right. Krishna, understand now? Right. So don't hurry, yeah. Don't hurry, give me some time. So this is not a last day. Oh my God, my Oracle course is completed today. So I want to ask all doubts to my teacher or my sir. Okay, because of tomorrow onwards, we don't have a classes. Huh? Why are you hurry? Yes or no? Don't hurry, but lot of time is there. Lot of concepts are there. Yeah, I already said it. Still, today we completed introduction part of Oracle. Why are you hurry? Give me some time now. I'm also human being now. Give me some time. I'm not a robot. I can do multiple tasks, right? Right. Next. Insufficient privilege. Neetu Sahu. Okay. So insufficient privilege, you taken that resource option you given. Okay. So first thing, tell me, which privilege are you written? Show me first of all, what you written privilege statement. Neeta. Neetu, show me your what you written, which statement you written, privileges to get. Then I will get some clarity. Okay. Next. That is. So now who is this? Adinarayana. Now what you say, sir? My database table was not in correct view. That correct view purpose. Now you can set your page size and the lines. Okay, na? Check it. So how many number of bytes are fitting? How many number of rows you want to fit? The size. So for example, you are going to shopping. You are going to shopping. Are you going to shopping and purchase one shirt? So shirts are, there are different size shirts are there. One person will be fit a small size. One person will be fit a medium size. One person will fit a large XL, double XL. These are what sizes. So your size is what? That you are selected, right? Same to same. Your table is what? Your table is having how much data? How many number of rows are there in your table? Based on that, you have to set your page size and lines. Okay, now how you purchasing a shirt? You're trying first short shirt, your the measure short size. Are you tried? What happened? Oh, sir, short size is not sufficient for me, somewhat tight my body. So I want to take a medium size. Medium size also you tried, but medium size is also not fitting, sir. Okay, because my structure somewhat bigger. Then what you want to do? XL. Yes or no? Trying or not? Same, yeah. That is a practical I'm telling now. Table is there. In your table, how many rows are there? How many columns are there? How many number of rows there? Based on that, you have to decide your table to display correct or not. Okay, now that's why here how much the given people, how much the given people here. Okay, now 50,000 is given. Now check it your table. Now check it your table. In which way your table successfully fit? Check it. Try it. Right? Adinarayana. Lines are given 32,400 and sorry 607 767. Try it where your table will be fit. How you are choosing your shirt, XL, double XL, large, how you choosing? Same have to choose for your table. Right now, Adnarena? Right. Okay, Jitendra. Actually, yesterday only I want to add, but a little bit some health issues. I didn't add it yet. Today, data types notes my people are uploading. Okay, na? Right. Try it. Set means not at a setting. Try it. 30 setting, 40 setting, 50 setting. Try it. Now I said na, which is set your size. XL, double XL, what you can set. Okay, that's where you can set it. Oh, Venkat, unable to set up 19C, 11G, 18C. Okay, yaar, what happened? If any version is not set up in your system, then how it is, Venkat? Anyone you have to set up now. What is your configuration, Venkat? Uday, how to give? Use update command. Use update command by using of is null operator. But Uday, is null operator topic is not happen, right? So that topic is going to be happen tomorrow. Okay, na? Tomorrow it was, I'm showing now. Is null operator is a one operator concept is there. So there is null is there. Is null if you use, then your problem will be solved there. Same question, keep in your notes and write in your notes. And after is null, you can check your question and answer you will be get or not. Okay, Uday? Right. And if you forgot it, your doubt, keep it this doubt in your notebook. So write on the paper and keep it your side. And that concept I will show you now. At the time, your answer will be get it. Okay, right. Is null operator you can use. So I'm telling now, is null operator you can use. But you are asking, sir, what is null, sir? Understanding now my point. If you are asking, Uday, you ask me one question. Now my answer also given. Is null. Use. I'm telling Uday, Your question answer is null. If I'm telling like this, but again, you are saying that what now? Sir, is null what, sir? I don't know, sir, is null. Yes, you don't know because that's not your mistake because you don't know. Still, our concept is also not going on. So is null concept is next class. Understand now? But now I'm answering. I am answering your question, but you didn't understand. You are asking again question. What is null, sir? Again question. How to use, sir? Again question. It is what prolong your discussion. Yes or no? There is no use. I'm shouting here, but you're not understanding. Why? Because the concept is not happening in our classes. This is what I'm telling, guys. That's why you don't go advanced questions. First, today, what sir was explained, what it was